Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube channel Fazza Official Poems. So don't miss any important update. Watch till the end. Dubai, a city of light, power and dreams, where every night shines brighter than the stars and every morning carries ambition in the air. But today, something felt different. The winds were quieter, the sky looked heavier, and deep inside one palace, a heart was silently breaking. Sheikh Hamdan, a name that echoes strength, leadership, and grace, a man admired by millions, stood alone by a tall glass window. From the outside, everything looked perfect, but inside, a storm was rising. His eyes, usually filled with confidence and calm authority, today carried something else. Sadness, not ordinary sadness, but the kind that slowly consumes the soul. He closed his eyes for a moment, as if trying to escape a memory. But some memories don't let you go. It all started a few days ago. A message arrived, simple, short, but powerful enough to shake everything. He read it once, then again, and then silence. The room felt colder, the air heavier, because the message carried a truth he had tried to bury for years. That night, he didn't sleep. He walked through the silent halls, each step echoing like a reminder of the past. Memories began to return. A time when life was not about responsibilities, not about leadership, but about something pure, something real, love. Yes, there was a time when Sheikh Hamdan was not just a prince, he was a man with a heart full of dreams. And in those dreams, there was someone who understood him beyond titles, beyond power, someone who saw him not as a ruler, but as a human being. Her laughter was like music in his world. Her presence was peace. He could never explain, but life doesn't always follow the path we want. Circumstances changed, responsibilities grew, and choices had to be made. Difficult choices. He had to let her go, not because he wanted to, but because he had to, for his people, for his duty, for his destiny. Years passed. He became stronger, wiser, more powerful. But somewhere deep inside, a small part of him remained untouched, a part that still remembered her. And now, after all these years, that message, it wasn't just a message, it was a door opening to a past he never truly left behind. He picked up his phone again, his hands steady, but his heart racing. He read it one more time. She is not, well, just 4 words, but those 4 words broke something inside him. For a moment, The prince disappeared, and only a man remained, a man who once loved deeply, a man who now realized that time doesn't wait for anyone. He sat down slowly. The weight of memories, the weight of regret, the weight of emotions, all came crashing at once. Was it worth it? He whispered to himself. All the power, all the success, all the sacrifices, if in the end the heart still feels empty. The night grew darker, but inside him the past was becoming clearer. Her smile, her voice, her eyes, everything felt so close, yet so. For the first time in years, tears filled his eyes, not because he was weak, but because some emotions are too strong to hold forever. The next morning, Dubai woke up like always, busy, bright, unstoppable. But Sheikh Hamdan was no longer the same. There was a decision in his eyes, a silent determination. Sometimes life gives you one more chance, not to change the past, but to face it. He stood up, looked at the horizon, and for the first time in a long time, he chose something, not as a prince, not as a leader, but as a man. Because behind every strong person there is a story of love, loss, and choices. And sometimes even the strongest hearts carry the deepest pain. This was not just sadness, this was a story unfinished. And maybe, just maybe, this time he won't let it end the same way. The sun slowly rose above Dubai. Golden light touched every silent corner, but inside him, darkness still remained. He walked forward with heavy steps, each step carrying untold emotions inside. His phone vibrated, breaking the silence. Another message came, short but powerful. She remembers you. 3 simple words, yet deeply piercing. His breath stopped. For a second, time felt frozen. In that moment, memories rushed back like a storm, uncontrolled, unstoppable. He closed his eyes again, slowly. Her voice echoed, soft and familiar, calling his name with gentle warmth, a feeling he never forgot, a connection that never faded. Years could pass, but some bonds never truly break. He looked outside, the city shining, but his heart lost somewhere else. Far from power, far from fame, just a man searching his past. He whispered softly, "Is she waiting?" No answer came, only silence returned. But silence sometimes speaks louder than any words. He turned back towards his room. The walls felt closer than before, as if time was closing in. He opened slowly. An old drawer. Inside it lay forgotten memories hidden, meant to surface. It spoke of betrayal, not from an enemy, but from someone close, someone he trusted. And that is what made it heavy. The weight of a secret is not in its words, but in the hearts it breaks as the city moved forward, unaware of the silent war within its. Prince Hamdan walked through halls that echoed with memories. Every corner seemed to speak to him, reminding him of laughter, loyalty, and moments he once believed were real. Can a memory lie? He thought. He remembered nights under the stars where dreams felt eternal. He remembered promises made in sincerity, or so he believed. But now everything felt uncertain. Every smile from the past seemed to carry a hidden meaning. The secret revealed that someone he had trusted had been hiding the truth for years. A truth that could change everything. A truth that questioned loyalty, love, and even identity. Yet Hamdan was not a man who reacted with anger. He was a man who felt deeply, and that made this even harder. He sat down in a quiet room surrounded by books and poetry. The walls held verses he had written over the years, words filled with hope, longing, and truth. But today, even his own poetry felt distant. He picked up a pen. For a moment, his hand hesitated. Then, slowly, he began to write. Secrets bloom in silent hearts, like roses hidden in the dark. They wait for time to pull the veil and turn the strongest soul to frail. His words flowed like a river of emotion. Each line carried pain, but also clarity, because sometimes the truth, no matter how painful, becomes the beginning of understanding. Outside, the desert stretched endlessly. The dunes moved with the wind, reshaping themselves again and again. And in that, Hamdan saw something beautiful. Change is not destruction, it is transformation. He stood up, his expression calmer now. The worry had not vanished, but it had evolved. It was no longer fear, it was reflection. What matters, he said softly, is not what was hidden, but what I choose to become after knowing it. The secret had tested him, but it had not broken him. Instead, it revealed something greater: his strength, his depth, and his ability to rise beyond pain. As the sun climbed higher, the city came alive in full glory, and Sheikh Hamdan stepped forward, not as a man burdened by secrets, but as a man awakened by truth. Because in the end, even the heaviest secrets cannot dim a soul that shines from within. And sometimes the most beautiful stories are not the ones without pain, but the ones where the heart learns to rise above it. Thank you for watching Fazza Official Poems, and remember, every story holds a hidden light if you have the courage to see it. The truth does not knock softly. It enters like a quiet storm, reshaping everything it touches within the